When you talk about gaming in the 2000s, there's a bunch of different titles that you almost have to mention. GTA San Andreas, Call of Duty 4, NBA Street, Super Smash Bros. Melee, the list can go on and on. One genre of games that I feel like gets forgotten as a whole from the 2000s, rhythm games. Dance Dance Revolution, DJ Hero, Rock Band, and the franchise that you came to this video for, Guitar Hero. Do you remember how much fun we used to have playing those damn plastic guitars, slapping the whammy, or activating your star power by throwing the neck of the guitar up so hard that you'd annihilate anyone who was standing next to you? Guitar Hero was one hell of a franchise that had one hell of a heyday in the late 2000s. But like many things, couldn't make it in the 2010s. So this is my nostalgic tale of my experience with the Guitar Hero franchise. Let's take it back to the very beginning of 2008. I was in the 8th grade and was a Nintendo stan. I had a DS and of course a Wii. I didn't know Guitar Hero had existed until seeing one of those in-store demos within a GameStop or Best Buy or something like that. I never saw the gameplay, just people playing the guitar in front of a TV. I played the drums in middle school. Playing the guitar didn't interest me. I was under the impression that you needed some kind of experience with playing guitar in order to play Guitar Hero. After seeing the in-store demos a few times and seeing the game on store shelves, it made me curious to see what the gameplay was like. I searched Guitar Hero on YouTube and fell into the deep Guitar Hero gameplay rabbit hole. It wasn't at all what I was expecting. You didn't need any experience with playing the guitar. You just had to match the buttons with the colors coming down the screen. I was not into rock music, but I didn't really care about the songs because the game looked pretty fun. I was assuming that it was only available on Xbox and PlayStation because that's how it was with every game that wasn't made for an infant. But I was pleasantly surprised to find out the newest installment in the series, Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock, was also available on the Wii. Now, because this was at the beginning of 2008, I still had a bit of Christmas money left. I remember going to Target by our house to get my Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock bundle for the Wii. One of the very few they had, by the way. I got home and started playing the game on the living room TV, which was a mistake because I was only able to play one song before someone wanted to watch TV, and that was that. But the next day, I took the Wii into my room and played for a few hours there. Guitar Hero 3 was extremely fun. Yes, I started out on easy like a pleb, but cut me some slack. It was my first time playing. There was something about feeling like you were actually playing along with the songs. Also, at the beginning of the game, you start out playing in these small venues and work your way up to bigger and bigger settings as you go along. 13-year-old me knew that it was just a game at the end of the day, but when I had that plastic guitar in my hands, I was on that tiny stage, in that bar, playing Slow Ride and Talk Dirty to Me. Which brings me to the next thing, the songs. Up until playing the game, I really wasn't into rock music. I knew of Linkin Park, Good Charlotte, Green Day, Blink-182, and not much more. All of the songs in the game were from legendary bands of the past that I had never heard of. I enjoyed playing along to the songs so much that I ended up downloading a lot of the songs that were in the game to my iPod Nano and listened to them all the time. If it wasn't for Guitar Hero 3, I would have never known anything about Poison, Pearl Jam, The Strokes, The Rolling Stones, Slayer, and what would become my favorite band of all time, Metallica. I played Guitar Hero 3 just about every single day for quite a while. I flew through the solo career mode several times and quickly worked my way up to expert mode. My favorite songs to play were When We Were Young, Even Flow, Black Magic Woman, My Name is Jonas, Before I Forget, and One. I was not good enough for Through the Fire and Flames to be enjoyable on expert or even playable. I'd usually play by myself, but I'd also dog walk kids in the online battle mode, play with the kids that lived next door to us because they also had the game, or play online against my cousin Jarrett, and we'd have some battles. Him and I would legit talk on the phone for hours, giving each other pointers on how to beat certain songs once we were both on hard and then expert mode. We'd even put the phone on speaker and take turns trying to beat a song while the other listened in. I'm not exactly sure why that was entertaining, but it was. I remember spending hours strategizing Raining Blood, One, and of course, Through the Fire and the Flames. Through the Fire and the Flames was pretty much the only song we could not complete on expert. Although I'll never forget the day he called me saying he beat it on hard and battled me online to prove it. Once we hit that point though, the game was no longer an enjoyable way to play along to the great songs. It was just barely sweating our way through what seemed like impossible songs. But that was only the case for those last few songs. The game as a whole was still extremely enjoyable. We played so much that at one point, Jarrett was able to perfectly play the song Reptilia without looking at the TV. The entire song. It's safe to say we played a lot. That summer, I remember seeing the trailer for Guitar Hero on tour and was extremely hyped because this would allow me to play Guitar Hero anywhere. I'm pretty sure this was the first game ever that I pre-ordered, and Jared and I were both legit counting down the days until its release. The day it came out, I played it all day, and after getting over the learning curve of that tiny handheld chunk of plastic, I highly enjoyed playing on the DS. It was not as fun as playing on the full-size Guitar Hero guitar, but it was still enjoyable to me nonetheless. I lost that Guitar Hero pick within the first 5 minutes of having the game, so I quickly started using a stylus in its place. The song list was a bit weak to me, but my favorite songs were Helicopter, I Don't Wanna Stop, and Spiderwebs. But I primarily played Guitar Hero 3 on the Wii throughout most of 2008, until the fall when I got my Xbox 360 and Halo 3 for my birthday. That was when Guitar Hero took a nice long-term backseat to Halo. I've got an entire Remember When video about Halo, so be sure to give that a watch if you liked Halo 2. If you watched that Halo video, you'd know that I played Halo 3 a ton. The Wii turned into the Guitar Hero machine for me, and when I wanted to break from Halo, Guitar Hero was a great alternative. In the holiday season of 08, Neversoft released Guitar Hero World Tour, which was their way of competing with Rock Band. I wanted a change, so I asked for a Rock Band that Christmas. I got it on Xbox and didn't really care for it as much as I did Guitar Hero. But because I had all the instruments from Rock Band, I was able to use them with Guitar Hero World Tour, which I bought a few months later. But I still didn't play that too often. It was in the backseat to Halo still, and you needed a few people to make a full band if you wanted to take advantage of that experience. Guitar Hero remained on the back burner until 2009 when Neversoft released Guitar Hero Metallica. Like I mentioned earlier, Metallica was and still is my favorite band, so I was extremely happy to buy that and get back into Guitar Hero. But once that initial newness wore off, Guitar Hero found its way back to the back burner once again. Except this time, it was for good. We all knew that once we stopped playing Guitar Hero or Rock Band, those instruments seemed a whole lot bigger in your house. They were now big chunks of weirdly shaped plastic that were taking up a bunch of space and collecting a bunch of dust. My Rock Band drum set must have sat in the same spot in my bedroom until I graduated high school, and the guitar was probably right next to it in the corner. They became those items in the house that you didn't even notice were there because they hadn't moved in so long. But other games had come along, so I moved on from Guitar Hero. Music games had burnt themselves out at the start of the 2010s. Activision tried to make a comeback with Guitar Hero Live in 2015, and Harmonix tried with Rock Band 4. Neither one gained any real traction. I haven't played Guitar Hero since I was in high school. Even when Guitar Hero Live came out, I just wasn't interested. Guitar Hero has always resonated as a kid's game to me. Not like a cancerous kid game like Fortnite.
I'm coming, Shaq.
I got him. No.
This nigga like
I hate this game.
People are so toxic in this game.
More like a great nostalgic childhood memory kids game. But whenever I hear any of those legendary songs that were in Guitar Hero 3, it always brings me back to those good old days of being in middle school, not having a care in the world and just smacking those buttons as they slid down the screen. I just made an Instagram and TikTok for Galactic Grizzly. You can follow both if you want to see behind the scenes content to the channel. The links are down in the description below. If you enjoyed this Remember When video, be sure to tap the like button and be sure to subscribe so you can see all of my future videos, live streams, vote on future video topics, and keep up with my Galactic Grizzly clothing line that's dropping once I hit 5,000 subscribers. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.